Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of Get Ready With Me. We're talking all kinds of things, including my recent birthday that I just celebrated. Also have a fun fashion try on for you. I had a Daily Look box gifted to me from my husband and I haven't tried everything on, so we're going to be doing that as part of this video. I have some things to chat about. My best friend's coming next week. I also have some questions for you all. So let's just dig right in here and get going. I'm going to start off with eyeshadow primer. This is the Real Glow Eyelid Primer. In a moment, when I show you the eyeshadow palette that I'm using, which is from my best friend for my birthday, you will see I like to do a little bit of coverage on my eyelid when I'm using some lighter shades. So we're going to be doing a similar look that I actually did on my birthday. And that eyeshadow primer, by the way, is by Loon and Aster. And now let's go in with foundation. Since it was my birthday, I decided for foundation, I wanted to use my Gucci foundation. I haven't shown this yet on here. I have the shade 270N, and I've really been enjoying this. It is super expensive. I bought it during the Sephora sale. I was sure I wouldn't like it because it's just too expensive, but I actually really do love it. I do also love that it does not require a lot of products, so about a pump and a half or so, even maybe a little less. And I am in a neutral shade, which is unusual for me. Normally, I am in more of a warm yellow category in foundations, but in this one, I'm so glad I got a sample first because I would have had the wrong shade. And this one is pretty good for me for most of my sunless tanners too. So I'm using the BK Beauty 101 brush. This is actually a clean brush. I need to do some more brush washing. And then I have a slightly damp beauty sponge. I'm just gonna go over kind of the areas of pores and texture and just lightly tap over. All right. I am going to let that sit. We're not going to address my super dark circles just yet. We're going to go in instead into this Melt Cosmetics Millennial Pink eyeshadow palette. When you see these colors, you'll know why my best friend thought I would love it. I mean, are those not my shades? Oh my goodness, so beautiful. I've actually never used this brand of eyeshadow, always been curious. The one thing I was so pleased to see, because given these pink shades in the eyeshadow palette, I'm always curious to know if the eyeshadow formula is safe for use around the eyes. And on the box, it says, apply around the eye area as desired. I'm like, thank you, finally. If you've been around my channel for a time, you will know that that is becoming a sticking point with me with a lot of eyeshadow companies. They're using pigments instead of eyeshadows, and they're using dyes that technically are not approved for use around the eyes. That's a topic for another video. I'm going to start off though first with this cream shade from the Doll 10 palette, because there isn't a matte cream shade in the Melt Cosmetics. So just doing this quickly. So I'll do a look similar to what I did on my birthday. I'm going to go in with this light shade first, just to kind of lay down something to blend into. I'm going to use the BK Beauty A503 and use this just to brush through the crease. So I recently turned 47. I know some of you are thinking, oh, I remember those years, those days of being in my 40s. And my birthday fell in the middle of the week, but my husband decided to take off and we went for a late lunch, kind of dinner like we like to do, late lunch, early dinner at the Cheesecake Factory, one of my favorite places to go on my birthday. And of course we had cheesecake and it was delicious. And I've just kind of had a whole week worth of lots of celebrations and lunches and all kinds of fun things. All right, now we're gonna go in with the shade right next to it. I'm gonna stay with that same brush for the moment now. You can see nice pigmentation. These blend so easily. I've been really impressed. So my best friend is coming this next week, and we will probably do a fun little vlog again like we've done in the past, because we have well, we always have fun things planned, but one of the cool things we're doing, we're going down to San Diego and there is something called a lip lab where anybody can go in and create their own lipstick shade. So, you know, I know that surprises you that that would be an activity that we would enjoy doing together. If you've not seen any of my vlogs with my best friend before, I'll link some down below, but we love shopping for makeup, which we'll be doing, but we just thought this would be a really fun activity. So do you see that color? Oh my goodness. When you see the shirt that I'm planning to wear today, this color scheme was like meant for that shirt. You will see. All right, I'm gonna go in now with, this is the What's Up Beauty brush number R109. I really am liking this brush. And I'm gonna go in to see these. So this is a very rich black, and then this one is a really nice muted navy. I just love shades like this. So I'm just gonna tip the brush in, tap off my brush, and I'm going to use this in the outer corner. I wanted something kind of light, but definitely needed definition. And I love blue and pink together anyway. And this is kind of my favorite way to wear blue. It's in navy form. So I'm gonna tap this here. And I mean, you can see I don't need a lot of product. I'm just going in real slow because this is so pigmented. And then I'm gonna look straight ahead and tap a little bit above the crease. My hooded eyes, it's really important to do that as we go. Now I'm gonna take the BK Beauty 206 brush and go back into that pink shade that we added in the crease and use that just kind of over the top of that blue there. And pink and blue kind of tend to turn just a little purple, which I don't mind. I think it's kind of a really nice combination, but I definitely don't want this to turn into a pink and purple look. So I'm gonna try to keep most of that blue there. I'm gonna wipe off my brush and I'm gonna go back into the navy shade. Just softly blend that. All right, let's add some shimmer. I'm gonna start off first with this pink shade right here. I'm going to apply it first with my finger. And you can see that's a really, really soft look, but I want more, of course. So I'm gonna take this E60 from Sigma and I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm gonna load up my brush with that shade, both sides. And then I'm going to wet my brush with the Maybelline Lasting Setting Spray, Lasting Fix. And then I'll go right here, center of the lid. And then of course we're gonna add something else on the inner part. This just makes it look smooth, adds a little more shine. And then I'm gonna go over it with a little bit of this one. This is Rosé Brunch. It's kind of appropriate, right? Rosé Brunch. And I wanted, the reason why I started off with the other pink, because I wanted a little more pink. This one does have some pink, but it also has gold. So we're just creating our own, you know, multi-chrome eyeshadow. And then on the inner corner, I'm going to use a little bit of this shade, which does also have kind of some kind of a gold shift to it, really pretty. And I am going to go over it with my damp brush. I loaded up my brush and I'm gonna add a little setting spray with that shade. And we'll just go right there. See how that adds just some nice fun shine. Let's add just a little bit of Mushroom Pencil from Urban Decay on the lower lash line. And then we're gonna go in with the Morphe M432 and we're gonna go back to that navy shadow. And that is going to be my liner for today. I'm going to just press that into the roots of the lashes. And then as I get here to the outer corner, I'm gonna kind of go straight out. And I'll add a little more here on the inner corner. Just pressing into the lashes. Take a little bit of that on the lower lash line, outer corner. Just connect it to the blue there. All right, let's clean up under the eyes with a little bit of almond oil. And really, I had like no dark shadow. There's just a little bit of foundation there. So these really are great eyeshadows. Really impressed. Time for some color corrector. I'm using the Natasha Denona High Glam color corrector in C3. If you have been following my Building Blocks of Makeup series, you will know that this correcting step is really important, especially if you're wearing blue eyeshadow like I am today and you have dark circles. If you have not seen my Building Blocks of Makeup series, I will link the playlist down below. I think this video is gonna go up right before the last episode or right after, I'm not sure. See how amazing that corrector is just all by itself. Oh my goodness. All right, and then I think I'm gonna go in with YP8 as my actual concealer shade today because I feel like this one will work with the foundation color. So along with that mention of that series, I'm curious to know, because you know, as YouTubers, obviously we're creating content that we think you want to watch. And the only way that we know that you don't want to watch it is just by the number of views on videos. And so I know kind of long form content, like what we do here on YouTube, apparently it's kind of like less and less people want to watch a video that's even 10 minutes long, let alone 20 or 30. So those of you that are here watching right now, obviously you enjoy more long content, but I'm just curious what types of videos you are most interested in. So leave a comment down below if there's something that I've not addressed or you're not seeing enough of from me, because you know my channel is a wide variety of things. I do have some more hairspray trials, hair tutorials, and then I also was planning another kind of set of kind of more in-depth building blocks of makeup about eyebrows and eyeshadow and all that stuff. But if that's not what you're wanting to see, I would love to hear from you, because obviously I don't want to spend hours and hours creating content that you're like, don't really want to watch that. So, okay, I'm going to let that soak in and we're going to go to contour. I'm using one of my favorites. This is the NARS Laguna bronzer, and this is the shade number 2, my summer shade. This is just one of the easiest contours to blend in, and in the winter time I use shade 1. Shade 2 works for summer. I'm using the BK Beauty 107 brush. Work that in around the hairline here. I'm going to use the Real Techniques concealer brush just to add a little nose contour. All right, for blush, I'm going to another thing that my best friend sent me. She sent me this cute little trio of Jouer Blush and Bloom Cheek and Lip Set. So these you can use on your lips and your cheeks. I own one of these products from Jouer. It comes in a double-ended stick, which I love. I think it's a fabulous value. This bright pink shade is Peony, and then this neutral shade is Promise Me, and then this really bright red, it's called Be Loud, and there they are. What's so unique about this formula is they really blend into the skin and leave a soft, almost powder-like finish, rather than being super dewy and sticky like some cream blushes can be. But they are not drying, so it's not like you can't use these if you have dry skin. So I'm gonna use my Luxie tapered highlighter brush because my rougher brush really needs to be washed. So this blush is so buildable, very easy to use. I always like to go straight off the top of stick blushes. I just think it's easier to control how much you're using and you're not disturbing your foundation underneath. But do you see how nice? And because these have more of a matte sounds really flat, but they have more of a matte finish, and so they give a really nice blurring effect on the cheeks, which I really appreciate. Going for youthful pink here. Right? On our birthday, we always think about, okay, how can I look younger today, right? So I decided I'm gonna pull out the Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow in Pink Moon. I actually did not use this on my birthday, but I thought, ooh, this would go really well with this pink blush. And I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 109 brush just to tap that in. Oh, it's such a pretty, pretty glow. And again, no chunky shimmer particles. It has lifting technology in it, so it makes your skin feel tighter and more lifted. We need all that, right? Of course we do. And then I want just a little bit of highlighter, but I'm gonna use just concealer. So I'm using the Dior concealer. This is the shade 1W. I just want a couple of spots of some lift right there. And then I'll go back to this brush, 109 from BK Beauty. Very subtle, but I think it is impactful. I go in with my Magic Pixie Dust. This is the Gucci bronzer in 03 using the BK Beauty 103 brush. And I just like to go right around the edge. And the reason why I'm doing this, you will find out in my last building blocks of makeup video, but because the powder that I want to use is a finishing powder, sometimes if you add any powder products after using a true finishing powder, you will get some splotchiness and things will not blend over the top of that. Let's add some powder. I'm using the Makeup Forever Micro Finishing HD powder. I'm using this powder puff from Amazon. Then just making sure I don't have any creases. I'll take a little bit of that setting powder and just dust that under the eyes. All right, for brows, I just got a new fresh pencil. This is the Milani Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Caramel. This has just been a really good match for my blonde hair at the moment. Several of you have commented on my brows, and so definitely have a brow video coming. Next, I'm just gonna add a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Okay, I was going to use the brighter shade on my inner corner, but I think I want just a little brighter shade, so I'm going back to the Dalton palette. I know this isn't available, at least right now. I don't know why, but hopefully they'll bring it back. This color is just perfect for the inner corner. Now for mascara, I have a new love. Oh my goodness. I have a reel coming, or it might already be up on Instagram, introducing the Ciate London Triple Shot XXL Mascara. I don't normally wear the same mascara on my upper and lower lashes, but this one I can. I'm gonna start off though by curling my lashes. This is a new kind of revised version of the Ruffle eyelash curler. This says it's 20R. They also came out with one that's more rounded shape, but this one, like, they reinforced the grip here and I really like it. Okay, I'm gonna add some eyeshadow primer. This is the Dior 3D Maximizer Lash Primer. Now let's go in with this mascara. I love the wand. It's nice and skinny, lots of bristles. It's a natural bristle brush, not the plastic. You can get right up close to the lash line. And this is a drier formula, which I prefer. It's not a tubing mascara, but it stays on so well. And I don't think that it's waterproof, but It's water resistant because when I take this off at night, I do need to use my coconut oil to get it off, but it's not difficult to remove. You know, some waterproof mascaras, even with oil, you're sitting there rubbing for days. This one you're not, but it does stay on. It's just such a nice volume building and lash lengthening mascara. And then, like I said, this is one I can actually use on my lower lashes and it does not smudge. And for the most part, as long as I don't have to mess with my contacts or anything, I haven't had any flaking. So I'm really enjoying this mascara. I just dabbed off my lip product, which by the way was the Holy Lips from Lorac. I don't even know if they still make this, but I found that when I was going through my drawers the other day and decided, let's give this a try again. I'm gonna go around the edge of my lips with a combination of Soft Ochre Paint Pot and Contemplative State from MAC. And yes, these are actual eyeshadows or eyeshadow primers. You know, I just like to do this to prevent my lipstick from bleeding, but it also helps me even out my lip lines. All right, for lip liner, I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Lip Labs, and this is the shade Divine Rose. And then I'm going to use kind of more of a neutral leaning lipstick, and it is this one from Hourglass. The shade is called Tide. I recently pulled this out and I'm like, oh, this is such a pretty color. And depending on what lip liner you put with it, depends on how neutral, or you can see this just looks a little more pink. All right, I gotta go do my hair. All right, here we are. Here is our finished look. My hair is all done. I filmed a tutorial and then I had to run out the door, go to lunch, run a couple of errands and come back. So it has been 4 hours since I put on my makeup. I did powder my face here before popping back on and of course reapplied my lipstick. But I thought I would pop on here really quick and just show you this finished look with this top and my jean jacket. This was a jean jacket that was in my last daily look box. So now let's go try on my clothes in this birthday daily look box and let's see what I'm gonna end up keeping. All right, so watch over here on the screen and I will have me trying these outfits, these pieces on as I go through them. So first off is a pair of Democracy jeans. These, however, are different than what they sent before because there is no button fly or zipper and the pockets are sewn shut. And these are an easy pull on, but they're ankle length, but on me, I can roll them a couple times and they make a really nice capri for me. They're super stretchy, super comfortable. So I'm hoping that these are a win because I am looking for something that's a different option than just blue with my tops. And speaking of tops, this first one I have on, obviously sleeveless. I love the ruffle detailing around the neck. The color is black with, it's kind of more of a taupey brown, so a cooler tone brown, but I think this will work well. I love the drape of the fabric. I love how these are easy to do that kind of French tuck in the front and then let the back kind of hang down nicely. So all in all, I think this is a really nice shirt. And then I can see it pairing very well with the next item that they sent. This is just a really nice drape front, soft kind of cardigan jacket, if you can mix the two. And if you remember my last box, they sent kind of a drapey jacket, but I felt like the color was just blah. It wasn't enough brown or enough gray, and it just didn't do anything for me. But this color I think is perfect. I love that you can cinch up the sleeves, and so it's more of like a 3/4 length. This is super nice, lightweight. It does have a tie, a belt, but I have it just kind of looped and tied loosely in the back. But all in all, I think this is a great piece, something easy to layer on when the evenings are cooler or the mornings are cooler. And this I could also see as a great travel piece as well. Now the next top that they sent, even before trying it on, I'm thinking, I don't know that this is going to be a keep. As far as the styling goes, it does have this kind of elastic around the waist, but the color is just that color that does nothing for me. And I just don't know that this is a need in my wardrobe. The sleeve length is okay because you can push it up above the elbows. Obviously, I have to wear something underneath, but I just don't think that this does anything for me. As it is, I think I'll pass. This next top, however, you know, my favorite shade, and it's just frilly and girly. We've got this nice kind of ruffle detail at the top. The sleeves are a little bit longer than your typical cap sleeve, but they're loose and flowy. And if you are at all self-conscious about your arms, I think this kind of a sleeve is really flattering. This one is fully lined, which I appreciate because in the summers, I want to wear as few layers as possible. And so this one, I feel like I can get away with just as is. And it is flowy, so even though it is a little boxier shape, I feel like I can get away with it because it drapes nicely and I can do that wonderful French tuck in the front. So I'm going to jump in here while I'm trying this on and say, you know what? I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep this. I love the sleeves. I love the print, the color, but I don't know. All right, this next piece I'm just trying on for the sport of trying on, but okay, so at first I was like, oh, it's kind of a crazy print, but okay, I think I could get away with it. I like they have the elastic at the waist, but the length of these pants is just troublesome for me personally. These pants do have pockets, which I really actually almost prefer pants like this without pockets, but that's okay. But the length of these pants, I know this is the style right now, the flowy and the shorter length, but this is just troublesome for me personally. And I don't think it's very flattering. And this first top that they sent, in concept, like the fabric of it, I do really like, but these are just hard. These are those tops that you've got to wear a special kind of bra with, and I don't love shirts like that too often. But I thought, okay, that aside, I do love the drape of it. But I have a couple of other black shirts that I prefer more. And so this one I can definitely pass on. Now, one other pairing that they sent to go with those pants or other things might seem a little strange. And I was like, they definitely don't have summers like I do here. So this is a beautiful, soft cream sleeveless turtleneck sweater. It is a really nice thickness, and I can see this as being a wonderful layering piece in the fall and winter for me personally. Here in the summer, there is no way I will wear this. So I need to think through that, whether I want to hang on to this for the fall, winter, because I do think this would be really nice under a lot of my cardigans. I do actually really love a nice turtleneck. All right, this is another one I'm going to jump in here and say, this is going back. The turtleneck is just, it's actually really, really high. And so I know I will be constantly trying to pull it down, and there's no way I would wear this during the summertime. So it's always going to be under a jacket or a coat or cardigan. And I don't think that this is something I really need in my wardrobe. Next is the first of 2 jumpsuits that they sent me. And I've been wanting to see if something like this could work for me. So this first one, I do love the print. Absolutely love the print. And the fabric's super soft. This one does have pockets, which I'm like, But again, the length of this, I just am not sure that this is a flattering length on me. Obviously, I have to wear something underneath. I don't mind that. But I think with the length on this, that is the part that has me scratching my head wondering if this is right for me. Now, the second pantsuit or jumper or whatever you want to call this, I actually think the design and the length of this is better. There are pockets still in the front. The top is very much the same. The fabric feels the same, but the length is longer. And so I feel like this length is a little more of what I was looking for in a pantsuit or jumper like this. And it is super comfy material, stretchy, all of that. And so I do feel like this could be a piece that is easy to dress up or dress down, put on a jacket, a cardigan, sweater, can do a lot of things, heels, sandals, different things to dress it up or make it more casual. So this one is definitely one that I am seriously contemplating keeping. All right, now that is the end of my daily look box, but I got 2 items from Kohl's. And if you are in the US, you understand the whole Kohl's gives you Kohl's cash that you got to come back and use, and I got birthday Kohl's cash. So when I have Kohl's cash to spend, I look up my favorite clothing brand, which is LC Lauren Conrad, my favorite at Kohl's. So this first top caught my eye because, first of all, it has the ruffles and it's just that nice, easy fabric. And it is a little boxy shape, but it's flowy, and I feel like I can, again, tuck this in the front, drapes nicely. Do have to wear something underneath, and I did find a really nice kind of half tank is what it's called, or half tee. I love wearing things like this under shirts because then you don't have to tuck it in. So this is also something that goes well under pantsuits and other things. So this top in this bright red, I don't have a lot of red in my closet, but I do enjoy red. I just don't have a lot of clothing items. So I thought this might be definitely something I'll get some wear out of. And then the last piece I thought you all would enjoy seeing because it is reminiscent of the dress that I got in my first Daily Look box that a lot of you were like, no, you should have kept the dress. And it was one I had gone back and forth on with the length, with the color, but I love the frilly, flowy ruffles and everything. Well, Lauren Conrad, I think, has done what I was wishing that other dress was. This pattern, obviously we've got pinks and purples, and then there's some pops of some gold in there. I love the length of the sleeve. This just goes right above the elbow, which I really like. And then we've got the side tie, and we have that wonderful flowing ruffle down the side, kind of cascading. And it's long enough to where I don't feel like it chops off my legs too short. So all in all, I think this is a great summer dress that I'm going to be wearing routinely on Sundays and at other fun special occasions. All right, so that brings us to the end. I hope that you enjoyed this. Check the description box below for links to all of the makeup that I used today, as well as the hair tutorial. Once that goes up, I will link that down below. And if you're interested in checking out Daily Look, I will leave my referral link down there. You can use it if you wish, or just go directly to their site and check it out. So thank you, as always, so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my life. And here is to number 47. I hope it's a great year.